So inventory is tough, especially for a new e-commerce brand. It is one of the toughest things that you have to manage. It's the thing that can separate you from being in business and being out of business. And I had to experience it firsthand, especially as a startup in a very niche space around compression garments for women who are post-op. There isn't much data that I could have leaned on. I had to actually acquire the data myself over years of learning what our customers like and what they don't like. And that was very painful, to be honest. We made so many inventory mistakes. We spent money on things we shouldn't have. We tried things we shouldn't have. We kept items on the shelf too long that we probably should have discounted. We restocked items at the wrong times. We put items on the shelf that weren't popular, that took us a long time to sell, and that really tied up our cash. It was stressful. And it was always like we were guessing on what we should do next in regards to our inventory. We never really had a finite plan. It was really based on education, feeling, comments from Instagram. Just really, we were really in tune with our business and really in tune with our clients, but we weren't really using a data-driven approach that helped us identify what we were doing well and what we weren't doing well. Even though we knew in the back of our minds, we just didn't really have it written in front of us, so that way we can have a roadmap and a plan in front of us. On Shopify, it was very difficult to pull our own data. Like, I knew from my time in corporate America how important data was and how it could shape and drive your company's future. And I shouldn't have access to it. It was difficult to pull it, and I didn't really trust hiring someone. It didn't feel right. So we really operated blindly. Inventory was such a guess. We would spend a lot of time just, again, based on feelings. A lot of times we were right. A lot of times we were wrong. And when we were wrong, those wrong times cost us tens of thousands of dollars because cash was sitting tied up in inventory that, frankly, no one really wanted. So when Shopify released their AI tool, I think it was a couple months ago, sometime in 2025, maybe 2024, most likely 2025, it really allowed me to dig into my data without having to know coding or SAS or any one of those coding tools that you can go in there and mine data. I'm not a data mine person. I am a decision-making person. Give me the data, I can see the patterns, and then that allows me to go through and make the right decisions to drive our business forward. And without the data, I was blind, so we were making blind decisions. But when Shopify made it easy for us to get the data, that was a game changer for us. I was quickly able to identify which products were selling, and it aligned with what we already knew, but there were also some blind spots that we had that I didn't know about that this data allowed us to see. So then with that, I felt more confident and armed to go into ChatGPT and create a custom GPT specifically for our inventory needs. I trained it on our SKUs, I trained it on our business model, I trained it on our manufacturer, I trained it on our MOQs, I trained it on everything that I know, but it's hard for me to put all in one piece because I'm human. Be able to just kind of analyze it really quickly so that way I can do what I do best, which is make a decision. So after training this AI bot on ChatGPT to understand our company, now what I can do every week is just go in there and pull a report from our Shopify with all the fields that I care about: sales volume, sales velocity, ending inventory, beginning inventory, et cetera, et cetera. Put this into my bot, and then I get to ask it two questions. Evaluate our performance over the last 7 days, and do I need to order anything else? And from that, I get to adjust my ads. I get to make sure that our inventory is being moved in the right direction. So now I'm not ordering too many extra smalls and too many extra larges when I should be ordering more mediums and larges, or I'm ordering a product that no one really wants, but just because we had a spike in sales the last 2 weeks, it felt like this product was hot, but in actuality over the last 90 days, it really hasn't. It's been a little bit of a blip. So having this constant calm voice through this GPT has allowed us to manage our cash way better. Now we don't have inventory sitting on the shelf that's dead. All the inventory that we have, we know that are products that our customers will want. Now we just got to figure out our sales cycle to be able to increase our sales velocity on those products. So I'm excited to see how this goes. So far, so good. I feel really confident about how our information is being shared, how our manufacturers being communicated with, how the data is being used to help us keep our inventories in stock, and how we know what to order and when and how much. That was another issue that we're having. So I'm happy with what we have so far. We'll continue to redefine the GPT to make sure that it knows what I know, so that way it can be um, even better for us. So I'm excited to, again, continue learning more. If this is the kind of stuff that you guys are interested in, please let me know. I would love to help you guys out and develop your businesses. So if that's something that you're interested in, you have problems like these, just drop me a comment or a DM and I would happy to see if I can help. Peace.